Hello. Hi. I'm just going to move this very quickly. I'm very happy to be back. I've been missing this for 2 years. And the first time I came was 6 years ago, thanks to Boris and Obi, so thank you again. And I was very nervous, of course. And I showed you an act that had to do with memory, if you can remember. So, maybe not. But because of time, I was not able to show you the prologue to that, what I would do to introduce that act. So I wanted to show it to you today. Everybody here is familiar with pi? Not the eating thing, you know, like the 3.14159265338 and so on. So, because if you go to school, you learn about pi, but nobody really uses it in real life unless you're crazy. So if you know about pi, you still know one more fact, and that's beyond the decimal point. The digits, they go on forever. You know that, right? It's infinite. But infinity is a marvelous concept, but nobody really understands, so I wanted to give you some examples. For example, if all the digits in pi are infinite, and by the way, you're looking at this book and you're thinking, what is this? So it's basically the first 10,000 decimals of pi listed in a book. If you go on Amazon, crazy people who have a life that is sadder than ours are trying to memorize as many digits as they can of pi, and in this book you have 10,000 digits. So if it is really infinite, you can find any sequence of numbers that you can think of in the book. So, for example, Paul's, your phone number is in it. Christian, your birthday is in it. Danny, your credit card number is in it. Yeah, it's dangerous. And also, if you take, for example, each one and you make it an A, and each two and you make it a B, and so on, you get the idea, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You get an infinite sequence of letters. But if it's really infinite, you can find any sequence of letters inside. So you can find words, for example, in English. And I don't know if you knew this, and it's true. Everything I'm saying today is true, for once. No, it's all true. But if you look for the first long word, 7 letters or more in pi, that you can make up with this, it's conjurer. So it's very good for us. It's like magicians is inside pi. So you have everything. You have sentences, and maybe I can ask someone to join me. I wanted Christian to help me because he's a very smart guy, so he's going to follow me on this. Can I ask you to join me on stage, please? Big round of applause for Christian. And I have a chair for you here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Thank you for putting a chair.
Yeah, right. You're more comfortable. You're the guest, you're a VIP, so you should be comfortable. So like I said, you can translate all the digits into letters, and you'll have words, you have sentences, and somewhere in pi, you have all the books that were ever written in any languages. Your languages, my languages, their languages, anything. So your biography is in pi, for example. It was not written yet, right?
Not that I
After this, later, maybe, okay. So also, if you translate every digit into a shade of gray, not the movie, but a shade of gray, so 0 being very light and 9 being very dark, you have images, like static on TV or a QR code, yes? And you have all the combinations possible in pi, including the first image that you saw when you opened your eyes when you were born. But you know that one already. What's also in pi is the last image that you'll see when you die. So if you knew pi inside out, you could know when, how, and where you would die. But we won't do this today because it's too dangerous, okay? So some people...
And because I think it's in the next 20,000...
Oh, it's beyond 10,000, yeah. Hopefully for you. So if you try to memorize them, you can have a record. And in 2006, I'm going to show you, but they trust you. In 2006, there is a Japanese guy who was able to recite 100,000 decimal places of pi. It took him 16 hours. He's really, really good. I'm not that good. I only know 10,000 digits, okay? And not even 10,000 because you see there is a bookmark here because I'm still working on the last section of the book, so it's not completely committed to memory. So please don't go there yet because I'm a bit wobbly on this one, okay? So I'll give you the book. I'm going to step away because this is mentalism after all, and I don't want to see anything. Can you see me okay? Yeah? Okay. So Christian, can I ask you, I won't look at you, it's impolite, but can I ask you to open the book at any page you want? And you'll see at the bottom there is a page number for every page, of course. So if you give me the page number, I'll try to remember the first digits on that page.
69.
We are looking for 69. 69, right?
Yes.
So 69 starts with a 1.
Yeah.
And then it's a 6 and a 7. And what, is it a 9 after this? No, sorry, it's a 3. Sorry, yeah, it's a 3. Yeah, because memory. So this is easy, actually. It's easier than you think, because if I ask Paul to recite the alphabet, you would go A, B, C, D. You start from the beginning. It's very easy. So when I ask Christian to go for the page, it's the beginning of the page. But if I tell you, Christian, N-O-P-Q-R, okay, N-O-P-Q-R, you recognize a segment in the alphabet. And once you know where you are, you can keep going, S-T-U, V-W, and so on, right? So we'll do the same. I have a string of 10,000 digits in my head. I'm going to ask you to go on any page, on any line, anywhere on that line, and give me 5 consecutive digits, okay? And that's going to give me a spot in the book. And I'll try to recite pi from your spot.
All right.
Okay? Without looking, of course. So any page you want, any line you want, any position you want, just 5 digits, one by one, slowly, please, and then I'll try to find my way.
77146.
Is it followed by a 1?
It is.
Okay, so now I'm going to keep going, but if I make a mistake, don't be nice. I know you're nice, but don't be, and just say stop, and I'll try to correct myself. Okay? Did I say a 1?
Yes.
Should be followed by a 5.
Yes.
And then it goes 3, 2, 7, 8, 0, 0, 2, 4, 2, 9, 4, 6. Is it a 2 after this?
Oh,
no, sorry, it's a 1. And then after this, it's a 2. Yeah. And then it's and then it's a 7 and an 8.
Yes.
And then it's a 4 and a 3 and a 0 and a 4 and a 2 and a 2 and a 9 and a 6 and a 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 7 and a 4 and a 4 and a 5 and a 0 and a 4 and a 2 and a 2 and a 9 and a 7 and 6 and what is it, a 1 after this?
Yes.
And then it's a 3.
Yes.
And then it's 8.
Correct.
And then 8 again?
Yes.
I'll try to go much faster and then I'll stop. So is this followed by a 0?
Yes.
And then it's a 3 and a 5 and a 0 and a 4 and a 2 and a 1 and a 6 and a 7 and a 9 and a 9 and a 1 and a 3 and a 1 and an 8 and a 3 and a 5 and a 0 and a 1 and a 6 and a 7 and a 3 and a 2 and a 9 and a 3 and a 1 and a 1 and an 8 and a 5 and a 2 and a 2. Sorry, it's a 0. And then it's a 2 and a 6 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 9 and a 3 and a 1 and a 1 and an 8 and a 6 and a 5 and 0. And then 2 and 7 and 7. I think I'll stop here, but yes. So correct? Yeah. You know, thank you. When you think about this, it's actually very easy if you have 0 social life. It's very, very easy. But now I have a girlfriend, so it's much harder to do. You remember at the beginning I told you could find anything in pi. For example, your birthday. Okay? We know each other, so maybe I know your birthday already. Okay? So if you're not comfortable with this, we can use another date. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? The way you want. I'm born on 16th of October, so that's 1610. And this sequence you can find in pi. I'm just very unlucky it's not in the book. Like you said with your thing, it's beyond. I'm at 67,500 and something. So I'm not in the book. If you are in the book, when you give me your date, I'll try to remember the page, the line, and the position on the line when you can find your birthday.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. And if you're not in the book, we'll try Boris. Not Boris, because I know you. Dan, I don't know your birthday. Can I have your birthday, please? The day? 05, and then the month?
09.
So I'm looking for 0509. 0509. Okay, it's going to be on page 177. You're lucky you're in the book. Page 177, and that's going to be line 5. And I'm going to, is this correct so far?
And what was the date?
0509.
0509?
Correct.
Correct. That's what I have. Thank you.
509.
Yes, exactly.